Hey everyone, it's Matt Nelson with Excalibur here to talk to you about the 10 things you shouldn't do when buying a home. Number 1, don't make a major purchase. You've just found out your credit's A+. That's great news because a new car would look fantastic in the driveway of your new home. But hold on, if you're depending on a mortgage to move in, you'd be best to wait until after closing to buy that car. An increase in your debt to income ratio reduces the amount of monthly income available for your mortgage payment. If you tack on a higher car payment, the bank might just decide you can't afford the home. Using cash to purchase a car could also create a problem, since banks consider cash reserves when approving your mortgage. If you must make a major purchase before closing, talk to your loan officer before you do it. Number 2, don't change jobs unless it's absolutely necessary. Lenders like to see a consistent job history. They're usually not as afraid if you change jobs within the same field, but it's better to stay put until the house is yours. Number 3, don't give an earnest money deposit directly to a for sale by owner seller. Your good faith deposit should go into a trust account. Some for sale by owner sellers don't understand that funds aren't theirs to spend until closing. I've heard many stories about sellers who spent the deposit money prior to closing. When the transaction didn't take place for valid reasons such as financing or repair issues, the buyer had to fight for a refund. Find an attorney or another neutral party who will hold the deposit for you until closing day and make sure your contract dictates what happens to the funds if the transaction doesn't close. Number 4, don't let your emotions take over. Keep a cool head during the entire home buying process, especially during and after a home inspection. Be realistic, no home is perfect, especially older homes. It's not unusual for new owners to take care of some repairs themselves. Don't let the seller's refusal to do a small repair kill the deal on a home you truly love. On the other hand, don't fall so much in love with the house that you'll buy it no matter what needs to be done, unless you're sure you can handle it emotionally and financially. Decide what type of repairs you can realistically tackle, then stick with that decision. Number 5, don't forget to switch utilities. Now it may sound simple, but you'd be surprised how many people forget to apply for utility service at their new home. Call the utility companies as soon as you have a contract. Find out how many days lead time they need to switch the service, then get back with them when you have a firm closing date. Don't forget to discontinue services at your old home. Number 6, don't forget to line up your hazard insurance. A no-brainer, right? But it's another often forgotten task that buyers scramble to take care of at the last minute. Before closing, your lender will want to see an insurance binder showing that you have coverage for your new home. Get it as early as possible so that closing isn't delayed. In some locations, additional types of insurance coverage might be necessary. Make sure to talk to your lender about insurance requirements well before closing date. Number 7, don't become best friends with the seller. Now, it's great to be friendly, but don't get into too many long discussions with the sellers because personality conflicts often cloud judgments. Now remember, this is their home. You're no doubt excited about moving in, and if you didn't like the house, you wouldn't have offered to buy it. But you'll make changes. Everyone does. A casual statement about ripping up that ugly carpet might be hurtful enough to keep the seller from negotiating with you about repairs or other issues that might crop up. Number 8, don't panic if the appraisal comes in low, at least not at first. There are some things you and your agent can do to correct this problem. Study your options. Number 9, don't do it alone. If you're working with an agent, it's the agent's duty to track many of the day-to-day details that involve the lender, the seller, or the seller's agent. Be sure your agent schedules a final walkthrough just before closing. Number 10, don't ignore lender requirements. Know what's expected of you and take care of it. For instance, a certificate of eligibility is required to move forward on a VA loan. That's something you must handle yourself. Answer lender questions and provide required paperwork as quickly as possible. Moving into your new home depends on it. And that's it for today. For more information, visit atlantarealestate.me.